Hey, I'm Goose, and welcome back for day 2 of GG at E3. Another huge day, including big press conferences, my old mate Spartacus, and alien orgies. You asked for them, so I delivered. Alright, so today I actually got to tick a few firsts off my list, which was really nice. I had my first big E3 developer interview. I saw my first new console announced at a press conference live, which was incredibly exciting. Only one, unfortunately. And for the first time, I finally got away from Bajo since landing here in LA. Oh, I already miss him though. Little scamp. Unit 2, that's Pete and I, broke off early this morning and we tried to jolt ourselves awake after last night's late GG at E3 upload with some 90s hip hop and a lot of coffee. Right now, Unit 1, which is Bajo, Lin and JP, are actually at a Microsoft hands-on event and they've sent us a short video to show us what's going on over there. I haven't had a look, but I'm just assuming it's Bajo talking about graphics. Let's have a look.
Hi Goose, sorry I can't be there with you tonight or clog up the toilet, but I'm here at the Xbox hands-on event and we're playing Halo Wars and Forza Horizon and Gears of War 4 and a whole bunch of other games, and it's super exciting. And the graphics are so good on these games. They're so good, Goose. You should see them.
Yep, totally called it. Thanks for that, Bajo. Okay, so the focus today was, of course, on the big two. Microsoft and Sony had their press conferences. And starting off with the one that was early this morning, Microsoft, it was an amazingly slick and well-performed press conference. It was everything I've always hoped a press conference would be. It rocketed along, it was very professional, and of course it had heaps of games. A lot of surprises in there too, which was really nice to see. The biggest for me would have been probably Forza Horizon 3, which is taking place in Australia. Amazing, exciting, and also the fact that we were sitting next to the developers who noticed we were Australian and got really excited about that. So that was a really fun takeaway. A couple more games with zombies in them, and I'm always happy to see more zombie games. And then of course, rounding it out with the announcement of Project Scorpio, the mammoth console coming out late next year, which got everyone excited and was an amazing way to finish the press conference. Bajo in particular shook me so hard I couldn't see straight, but overall it was a really fun way to start the day. And then of course, moving on to Sony later on in the day and their press conference, which was, for me, a little quieter and a little slower, but some really interesting games in there as well. Some that don't resonate with me as much, like God of War or the new Kojima game, but they are still very polished, very interesting looking games coming out. Overall, it was very professional, very classy, but it did seem to lack some of that personality that we got from Microsoft that morning. And of course, no hardware announcement is kind of a surprise to everyone because we were all expecting it, and not really the surprise you want in a press conference. So for me, Microsoft totally won the day. Another highlight was actually a personal highlight. I bumped into an old friend, Liam McIntyre, who's an Australian actor. You may know him as Spartacus, but you will soon know him as JD Fenix from Gears of War 4. And I prepared this pre-recorded interview. Liam, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm good. This is a bit weird, isn't it?
It's a little bit weird, yes.
This is strange, because Liam and I used to work together. We were cinema ushers together years ago.
Not that many years ago.
Lots of years ago. But now you're over here in LA as a working actor.
I know, one of those. I've heard about them.
And now you've landed this crazy role.
I know, I get to be in the new Gears of War.
Yeah, so your character, JD...
JD Fenix, I'm
Yep.
the son of Marcus Fenix. Marcus Fenix.
That's just insane, because I actually remember we watched the trailer for the first Gears of War at the cinema we worked at, up on the big screen, and we rushed in to watch that Mad World trailer.
Yes!
And now, you're actually the character.
That's terrifying, because people really like that franchise, so I don't want to screw it up.
How did the job actually come about?
Jeez, it got past the audition and like, oh, they want to meet you and talk to you about it and see if you're a fit with the company. Now, that was the first time in my life I'm like, I think I'm going to be the best person at doing that because I'm such a nerd. So I was able to talk like games and like eras of games and like every game ever, and got on really well with everyone. And it was so cool to be able to chat about something I've loved since I was a little kid.
I mean, yeah, that's it. Essentially, you're a gamer who gets to now be in the game.
I can't even tell you.
Is it weird to actually play it? Because I actually jumped in the beta purely for the sake that I wanted to hear your voice in it.
Just got grunts.
But all I got was grunts. Uncanny. It was basically like and it randomly allocated characters, so I had to play about 4 matches until I got you. And then I was rubbish on the team because all I was doing was dive rolling just to hear the sound effect. But
that's like a whole day's work for me.
Yeah, exactly. But is it weird getting to play it now as well?
Like it's not yet, because all I've done is in this one it's like you're in a booth and you've got your dialogue.
Yeah.
And someday you'll hopefully have a face and a body and you'll be walking through a world and shooting stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, like the stuff that was up there, you get to go, cool, it looks like that. That's awesome.
I mean, was that like, you were at the press conference this morning, which was awesome.
It was awesome.
Kicks off with Gears. Is that like a moment where you get to see it up there and you hear the crowd react and you'd be proud of it?
Oh, because I'm just so excited. It was funny because last year I got to go to E3 for the first time ever and be in the game but not be allowed to say I'm in the game. So it was just kind of like...
Everyone's going, oh, that new handsome lead character up there, and you go, yeah, could be anyone, really.
Yeah, probably Chris Hemsworth. Who knows?
Oh yeah, come on.
Yeah, probably. It was fun. So this year was the first year I got to be like, it's me, it's next to me. It was really, oh man.
And then like having E3 as a week to get to sort of get hands-on with games and just be around the industry and that sort of stuff, does it get you motivated to want to do more in games as well? Like,
I mean, I didn't need to be at E3 to do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
That would have been sweet. But it's like, it's interesting because like obviously with some of my acting stuff I got to go to Comic-Con and it's interesting to see the difference between the two places.
Sure.
Like Comic-Cons clearly come from a different place. Like it's obviously, it started off as like, you know, friends hanging out talking about comic books.
Yeah.
And now it's a massive industry thing. Just like this is a massive industry thing for the gaming community.
Yeah.
But it's sort of come from a trade show background almost, I think. So it sort of feels different inside.
Yeah.
And everything's kind of behind closed doors because it's all trade secrets. But once you see it, you feel like you've seen something that no one else can see.
You still feel like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, because it's all your favorite games
Yeah.
and massive billboards and...
But it's going to be obviously a big week for you, so you've got a lot planned, and you'll be wrecked by the end of it. But hopefully we'll cross paths again while we're out there.
Yes.
I know I'm going to be wrecked.
I'm also exhausted, but I can understand you on Australian time being a little more tired than me.
Yeah. Good.
But so what are you telling everyone? I want to know what is your experience? What's the good game experience going to be?
This
for
is
everybody?
it. This is essentially
have
it.
it.
I don't
This
get
is
any
it.
sleep. We
Just
do
watch
this.
what happens as you slowly crash.
Yeah,
and burn,
pretty much.
As
So-
you go to more levels of insanity.
We do this, we film it, we edit it, we go to bed, we get up and do it all again tomorrow.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, back to me in the apartment. Thanks, Goose. Some fine interviewing skills there. Well, that's pretty much it from day 2 of GG at E3. But before we finish up, I did ask yesterday if you had any questions for developers, and today we spoke with Aaron Flynn from BioWare, who's working on Mass Effect Andromeda, and you guys had some pretty interesting questions for him. Let's hear what he had to say. Now, the first one's from Jack Foster, and he asks, first of all, same-sex relationships, will they be available as in previous Mass Effect games?
Yes, absolutely, Jack.
Okay, excellent. Let's move right on to the next one, which is from Grace, Kit Kat Brain, and she says, will the playable character have better hair options this time?
Yes, I sure hope so. Hair is tricky. Hair is the intersection of a lot of problems in generating this stuff. It's a technology problem. It's an art problem. It speaks to diversity. We want to ensure that everybody has a chance to have hair that represents what they want and all that stuff. So yeah, it's actually there's a number. It comes at the intersection of a lot of problems, but yeah, I really want us to have better hair in this one.
Excellent. And finally, and this one's from Wayne Hine, Wayne Night Fast. He asks, will there be alien orgies?
No, I don't know about alien orgies. At least probably not ones you participate in.
Fair enough.
But I guess we got a few months left in this game, so maybe we can stick them in there.
There's a suggestion. Excellent. Aaron, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks much, guys. Thanks.
Cheers, mate. Totally embarrassing. Thanks for that. Remember, if you'd like myself or Bajo to ask any developers out there any particular questions, please let us know in the comments below. Of course, remember to check in with Pocket for all the E3 news and headlines, and don't forget to check back in here tomorrow for day 3 of GG at E3. But until then, Goose out and good night. Bedtime now? I have to edit this. I'm gonna need an American-sized soda. Holy moly.